Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Please take your seats.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to welcome the Mayor, all members, and members of the public to Newham Town Hall, the historical home of the London Borough of Newham. Thank you for attending this special event, the annual council meeting. Tonight, we are going to elect a new chair and deputy chair of the council and appoint councillors to serve the various council committees for the forthcoming year. I also welcome the members of the public and press who are physically attending or watching the recording on YouTube. I particularly welcome all the returning councillors and those who have been recently elected to serve our borough for their first council meeting. This meeting is being recorded for broadcast on YouTube. Please note that the cameras are going to be focused on everyone within this meeting. I would like to take this opportunity to remind the public that to enable the council to conduct its business, if there are interruptions at today's meeting, I will ask the individual or individuals to stop and give a warning. If this continues, I will give a second and final warning, and should the disruption continue, I will ask security to remove the person or group from the room and adjourn this meeting. Members of the council, please can I ask that you indicate when you wish to speak by raising your physical hand. I would like to advise members that in order to comply with the allocated time for speakers, if you go beyond your allocated time, you will be automatically muted. Please can I also ask that members and officers introduce themselves when they are speaking. I want to also take this opportunity to ask everyone to turn their mobile phones to silent mode. We are not expecting a fire drill this evening, so if the alarm sounds, please remain calm and follow the instructions of the town hall. So we're going to move to the first agenda of today. But before I pass on to the interim chief executive, Paul Martin, to start the formal business of the meeting, I would like to say a few words regarding my time as chair. I want to thank this chamber for electing me the chair of council and first citizen for the municipal year 2025-2026. It was a great joy of my life to be representing this beautiful borough that is my home. I think for me, what really makes Newham so special is its diversity and the unity that we have amongst us. And whatever our political colors, as I said in my last meeting, what unites us is service towards the people of this borough. And I hope that that is what is going to continue. So, thank you. I'm going to now ask that the interim chief executive, Paul Martin, start the formal business of the meeting by seeking nominations for the election of the chair of council for 2026-2027 municipal year.
Thank you very much, Councillor Desgupta. And may I thank you for your service to the council as the council's chair. Members, we are now at item 1, the election of the chair of council. And I would like to invite nominations for the office of chair of council for the 2026-27 municipal year. Councillor Hudson-Small. You have up to 3 minutes to speak if you wish.
Thank you. Is this on? Yes. Thank you, Chair, and good evening, Council. I'm Councillor Joe Hudson-Small, newly representing the Stretford Olympic Park ward. I'd also like to quickly offer my congratulations to all of our new and returning colleagues for their elections across Newham. Speaking of which, we have just seen historic elections all across London, and here in Newham, people have spoken clearly. Labour have lost their council majority for the first time since the creation of our borough more than 60 years ago. Whatever your politics are, this is a historic moment for our borough and should be a time for all parties to work together and find common ground the interests of Newham and all of our residents. On that point, I'm proud of the negotiations which have been happening in the lead up to this meeting. I want to thank all of the people involved in those. And for this reason, I'm speaking now to nominate Nate Higgins of the Green Group as Chair of Council. This nomination acknowledges a long tradition in British and parliamentary democracy of electing speakers or chairs who are not from the largest governing party. So this nomination would begin that tradition here and speak to our new multi-party democracy that we're entering today, and be the first visible step in our journey of working cooperatively together across parties. Selecting an opposition councillor as our council's chair would also bring, or be one small way, to help ensure the independence of this council and all of our councillors from the executive and guard against any future executive overreach. Councillor Higgins in particular is an experienced returning councillor who contributed significantly to the constitutional review conducted in the last term, and he has worked across party lines to improve the governance of our council already. He has a storied history and a compelling record of consensus building in challenging circumstances, and he is a balanced, fair-minded individual, not to mention an experienced chair, demonstrated by his past roles in other organisations, including chairing plenary at Green Party conferences, which for those who haven't seen can be even more raucous than even Newham council meetings. So I trust that our colleagues will accept this nomination on its merits, and I now commend this nomination to the council. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Higgins has been nominated as chair. Is that seconded? Thank you, Councillor Dasgupta. And if you wish to speak, you have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you very much, Councillor Rohidas Gupta, Canning Town South Ward. I would like to formally second this nomination for Councillor Higgins. I have known Councillor Higgins since 2022, and on several issues, from equality to independence, I think Councillor Higgins has shown that he is someone who is going to be protecting the integrity and honesty of this chamber, and for that reason, I'm very proud to second you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Dasgupta. Are there any further nominations for the chair? Councillor Rahman. You have up to 3 minutes.
Councillor Oli Rahman, Little Ilford Ward. Residents of Newham have spoken loudly and clearly. In 61 years, history has been made in Newham, something no political party, especially the governing party, imagined that would happen. A tsunami came in political arena, and that has destroyed the legacy of some of the notorious politicians in this borough who has done more damage than good for the working class community. I am not new to politics. I have seen a lot of division. I have seen a lot of working with other parties, and negotiations have taken place, and sometimes people say one day in politics, long times. I think minute in politics sometimes is very long time, and things can go different direction. However, saying that, as I said right at the beginning, because people have spoken, we are now the largest opposition in politics in London Borough of Newham. And I can promise you, politics in Newham have changed permanently. It will never, ever be the same again. We will stand up for those who have failed to do so, for the residents of our communities, regardless of their faith, where they come from, however they play, regardless of their color. We will stand united for every single resident, something the previous administration has failed to do so. Its streets are more dirty than ever before. And this is why, as a fellow trade unionist who have been a member of trade union for the last 25 years and proudly representing the working class community, I would like to nominate Councillor Idris Ibrahim as chair of the council, who is also a fellow trade unionist working for the working class people of this country and this community. I commend his nomination to the Council.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Idris Ibrahim has been nominated for the Chair of Council. Is that nomination seconded? Thank you, Councillor. And do you wish to speak? You can go to the microphone if you prefer.
Hi everybody, my name is Saeed Naqvi. I am the councillor from East Ham. Today, the residents of Newham, they are witnessing a historic moment. And everybody, wherever you are, however you're watching, I want you to record this meeting, because this meeting would be remembered as a part of the history. People of Newham have spoken very clearly and out loudly against the Labour Party. They rejected the politics of division, the communal politics, and at large the failure of their services for last 61 years. And today, as my honourable fellow councillor just told us, that it is disappointing. It should not or never be taken as a credit from the Green Party ever saying that, oh, this is an opportunity. It wasn't an opportunity, but rather there are still political deals going on here. And I want to put this on record because 20,000 people have voted for New Independent for the mayoral candidate and nearly 19,000 people have voted for Green. So therefore, 40,000 people who came on that day voted and loudly and clearly told us that we need to get rid of the Labour Party. But once again, we're not saying that. But that's good. 40 seats altogether, 24, we are the second largest group, 26 Labour and 16 until the last minute, or maybe half an hour before we coming here, that Green were having a very, very different bargain. But that's fun. One of the reasons we always wanted to work with any of the opposition party, so because of the mandate. And here we are. We will be sitting here, and this is a message from New Independent Party that we will safeguard you. We are the real opposition here, not anybody else who will get into the deal. So therefore, after this loud and clear message, I hereby second the Idris Ibrahim. Who is Idris Ibrahim? One of the ex-Labour councillor who voted, who served here for nearly 4 years, man of principle. And today, we will show that whoever we are, whatever the numbers we are, here we are. So I therefore formally second you, and I ask the Green, those councillors who are not under whip, please revisit your conscience and then vote consciously. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Are there any further nominations for the Chair of Council? And if not, then we move to the vote. Councillor Mirza. Yes, indeed.
Council, can I ask to have a recorded vote? We need 6 councillors to indicate their support. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy. Thank you, councillors. I'm quite happy with the show of hands given the occasion and lack of tables.
Well, thank you, councillors. We're now moving to a recorded vote as councillors have requested. We will start with the first nomination for Councillor Higgins as Chair of the Council. Councillors, I appreciate that for many of you this is the first time that you will have done this. So just to talk you through what will happen, I'll start by inviting the Mayor to vote and then move on alphabetically by surname through every councillor. And I'd be grateful if you could indicate whether you're voting for Councillor Higgins or against Councillor Higgins or if you are abstaining. So if you could say for, against or abstaining. And I start with the Mayor, Councillor Hussain.
For.
Councillor Ahmed.
Saeed Hussain Ahmed.
I'm sorry?
You have to read the
Councillor Saeed Hussain Ahmed. Councillor Saeed Hussain Ahmed. For. Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Nizam Ali. Thank you. Councillor Zulfikar Ali. Councillor Ibrahim Alam. Councillor Kumar Anand. Thank you. Councillor Imogen Anderson. Councillor Mohammed Tariq Aziz. Councillor Arshan Bashkaran. Councillor Adoronke Florence Benson.
She's not here.
Not absent, thank you. Councillor Rob Callender. Councillor Matthew Carlyle. Councillor Sunny Chowdhury. Against. Councillor Rohit Kumar Dasgupta. Councillor Kelly Drake. Councillor Cannon Ann Easter. Thank you. Councillor Shantu Furdus. Councillor Robert Gordon. Councillor John Gray. Councillor Zubair Gulamusan. Councillor Abdul Halim. Councillor Imam Haq. Councillor Nate Higgins. Councillor Zakir Hussain. Absent, thank you. Councillor Joe Hudson-Small. Councillor Alia Hussain. Councillor Sanawar Hussain. Councillor Dr. Chai Ho Huang. Councillor Idris Ibrahim. Councillor Islam MD Nazrul. Councillor Danny Keeling. Councillor Moniba Khan. Councillor Obaid Khan. Councillor Tamzeed Khan. Councillor Salima Khartoon. Thank you. Councillor Zahara Kire. Councillor Pujita Konkati. Councillor Ajoy Kwateng. Councillor Heather Lafferty. Councillor Rumana Lisa. Councillor Mohammed Majid. Councillor Susan Masters. Councillor Noman MD Abu. Councillor Mahmood Mirza. Councillor Tahir Mirza. Councillor Tahir Mirza. Thank you. Councillor Shaban Mohammed. Councillor John Morris. Councillor Sophia Naqvi. Councillor Saeed Taki Jawad Naqvi. Councillor Thelma Odoy. Councillor Salim Patel. Councillor Jack Pickard. Councillor Shabd Payari. Councillor Sonia Quintero. Councillor Ollie Rahman. Councillor Rahima Rahman. Was that 4? Thank you. Councillor Simon Rush. Councillor Begums Sahira. Councillor Madeline Sali Pontin. Councillor Lakmini Shah. Councillor Nazreen Shamima. Councillor Ilyas Sharif. Councillor Ren Tilbury. Councillor Rachel Tripp. Councillor Tony Wilson. Councillor Quazim Yazin. Councillor Blossom Young. Thank you, councillors. And councillors, the outcome of that vote was 44 and 23 against, with no abstentions. And councillors, we now move on to the nomination, the second nomination for the Chair of Council. That is Councillor Idris Ibrahim. If you are for Councillor Idris Ibrahim as Chair, please say for. If you are against, please say against. If you wish to abstain, please say abstain. So this is the vote for Councillor Idris Ibrahim as Chair of the Council. The Mayor of Newham, Mayor Hussain.
Against.
Councillor Saeed Hussain Ahmed. Councillor Nizam Ali. Councillor Zulfikar Ali. Councillor Ibrahim Alon. Councillor Kumar Anand. Councillor Imogen Anderson. Councillor Mohammed Tariq Aziz. Councillor Arshan Baskaran. Councillor Aderonke Florence Benson. Absent, I'm sorry. Councillor Rob Callender. Councillor Matthew Carlyle. Councillor Sunny Chowdhury. Councillor Rohit Kumar Dasgupta. Councillor Kelly Drake. I think Councillor Cannon Easter is absent. Councillor Shantu Furdus. Councillor Robert Gordon. Councillor John Gray. Councillor Zubair Galamusan. Councillor Abdul Halim. Councillor Imam Haq. Councillor Nate Higgins. Councillor Zakir Hussain. Councillor Joe Hudson Small. Councillor Alaya Hussain. Councillor Sanawar Hussain. Councillor Dr. Chai Ho Huang. Councillor Idris Ibrahim. Councillor Islam MD Nazral. Councillor Danny Keeling. Councillor Maniba Khan. Councillor Obaid Khan. Councillor Tamzeed Khan. Councillor Salima Khartoon. Councillor Zara Kire. Councillor Pujita Konkati. Councillor Adjoa Kwarteng. Councillor Heather Lafferty. Councillor Umar Aliza. Councillor Mohammed Majid. Councillor Susan Masters. Councillor Norman MD Abu. Councillor Mahmood Mirza. Councillor Tahir Mirza. Councillor Shaban Mohammed. Councillor John Morris. Councillor Sophia Naqvi. Councillor Saeed Taki Jawad Naqvi. Councillor Thelma Adoy. Councillor Salim Patel. Councillor Jack Pickard. Councillor Shab Pyarari. Councillor Sonia Quintero. Councillor Ollie Rahman. Councillor Rahima Rahman. Councillor Simon Rush. Councillor Begum Sara. Councillor Madeline Sali Pontin. Councillor Lakmini Shah. Councillor Nazreen Shamima. Councillor Ilyas Sharif. Councillor Ren Tilbury. Councillor Rachel Tripp. Councillor Tony Wilson. Councillor Quazim Yazin. Councillor Blossom Young. Thank you, councillors. And councillors, the outcome of that vote was 23 for Councillor Ibrahim as Chair, 40 against, and therefore Councillor Nate Higgins has been elected Chair of the Council. I would like to invite the Chair of Council to read aloud and sign the acceptance of office at the lectern.
I, Councillor Nate Higgins, having been elected to the office of Chair of Council, hereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfil the duties according to the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair of Council. Members of the public, we will now have a short adjournment to allow the new Chair to be robed, so we should resume in about 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right. Hello, Councillor. They all okay?
Yeah, they just want to know whether there's supplementary payment for the reports. So I've asked the team to print some. So
Yeah, because we're not using laptops today, are we? So 5 minutes. Start doing together. I just wish Newham Independence would let us help them a little bit. You know, just that's what we're here for, just to help go through the rules and things like that. We can't impress upon it enough, can we? The prospect of getting all these seated again is going to be amazing. Anyway, never mind.
अस्सलामुअलैकुम शेख सईद भाई सईद भाई देख रहे हैं
I've poured some. I know, it's quite posh. We've got posh water as well. It's like, is it Waitrose #1? Crikey. You'd think I brought that on the train, wouldn't you?
like a line in time
I know, but I don't even know where it's Tesco, so I'm not even going to start pretending I know where Waitrose is.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Thank you.
Please could I, oh, my microphone's not working. Please can I ask everybody to return to your seats? Councillors and guests, please can I ask you to return to your seats? Councillors and guests, please can I ask you to return to your seats as the Chair of Council is wishing to return? Councillors and guests, please can you return to your seats?
I think that worked.
Councillors and guests, please can I ask you to return to your seats as the Chair of Council wishes to return to the meeting. Thank you.
Am I going to go out or am I stay as well? Okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Council, for voting to elect me as chair. I don't know that when I first moved to Newham almost 10 years ago, that I kind of thought that this day would happen. It's not something that I planned for. I'm not even sure 2 days ago that I thought that this was going to happen. But I think that this is really important. And I'm really thankful for the support of colleagues from multiple groups this evening for recognizing, from multiple groups this evening. I'm going to move on, thank you. I'm really thankful that multiple groups this evening took the opportunity to recognize.
Can I just ask members of council to please just be silent whilst we hear the announcements from the Chair of Council? Thank you.
Thank you, Monitoring Officer. Over the past few years, I've been on the other side of here, and I fought really hard for all councillors to be heard. It's something that I really care about before any political group, any political party, Labour, Newham Independents, Green, Independent. It's really important to me that everybody here gets their chance to be heard, and that happens when meetings run smoothly and fairly, and that's what I'm going to work to do as your new chair. I'm not going to... Thank you. I'm not going to promise to be perfect, and I'm sure you'll let me know when I'm not. But what I will try to do is, when I get it wrong, and when you tell me that I get it wrong, to accept that so that we can work together as a council. We're a council body of councillors in the interests of Newham. And I just want to take one small moment just to thank my group, the Green Group, that I've led or deputy led for the last 4 years, which I'm now obviously stepping away from. I'm really, really proud looking at all of you here today, and I'm sure you're going to do an amazing job, as all of our new councillors will too. As chair, I'm going to work to uphold the integrity of this body on behalf of everybody in Newham, to uphold their democratic vote that put all of us here for the next 4 years. We need to work together whether we like it or not, and I want to make sure that we all have that opportunity. I didn't grow up in Newham, but I chose Newham, and it makes me proud beyond words that tonight Newham has chosen me to be the chair of council, so thank you. And thank you to council officers who I've worked with over the past few years, and I'm sure we'll continue to work with. So with that, I think we're going to move on to the business, or the next business of the meeting. So I'm moving to item 2, election of the vice chair. I'd like to invite nominations for the office of vice chair of council for the 2026-2027 municipal year. Please, Councillor Imam Haq. You have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair, and many congratulations on your election as the Chair of the Council. Chair, Mayor, Chief Executive, Monitoring Officer, Head of Democratic Services, Councillor colleagues, residents, family and friends, good evening. It gives me great pleasure to propose Dr. Rohit Kumar Das Gupta for the role of Deputy Chair of the Council for the municipal year 2026-2027. I have known Rohit for many years. Many of you know, but those who don't, we both come from the same city, Calcutta, in India. And last year, Rohit and I had the privilege to serve chair and vice chair of the council. This was the first time that 2 people from Calcutta holding the top 2 civic positions in any borough in the UK. I'm very proud to call Rohit a dear and a genuine friend. If you're friends with Rohit, then you will know this. If you sit with him for a coffee or for a meal, the time will fly and still you want to sit and continue. If you are on the phone with him, you can talk to him for hours and hours, and I can assure you that it is not gossip, but pure conversation on genuine topics. He's a very pleasant and a kind personality who likes to listen. He mentored me when I was new councillor and as a deputy to him. Rohit is an effective and caring councillor who works tirelessly for his residents. He has been a great advocate for his residents in Canning Town South. He has worked tirelessly for community participation and equality within the council and outside. Rohit and I have taken part in many anti-fascist movements, and he has been a strong advocate for social justice and human rights. Apart from being an effective councillor, Dr. Rohit Kumar Das Gupta is an accomplished academic and is an associate professor for gender and sexuality and deputy head of research in Department of Gender Studies in London School of Economics. He is also a very good writer and an author of many books. For his contribution to public life, academia, arts and culture, he was honored this year with the Freedom of the City at Guildhall. The deputy chair needs to be someone who can step up without hesitation, support the chair without ego, and keep the council running smoothly even when things get busy. In Rohit, we have exactly that person. I have seen Rohit in action over the last few years, and especially over the last year when I was serving as a deputy. He knows the work and respects the process. Rohit understands how local government works. He prepares, he reads the papers and takes the right decisions. He won't grandstand, but when he speaks, it's because it moves the discussion forward. He's a team player who brings people with him. Rohit has a rare ability to work across the room with officers, with members and different parties, and with residents. He listens, finds common ground, and keep things constructive. That's exactly what we need in a deputy chair to maintain good order and good relationship. He's reliable and committed. If Rohit says he will do something, it's get done. Whether it's doing complex tasks, supporting community events, or mentoring newer councillors, he puts the council first.
Thank you, councillor.
He leads the quiet consistency, not noise. As deputy chair, Rohit will be steady hand. He will support the chair, hold the line of standards, and make sure every councillor feels able to contribute.
Thank you, councillor. Thank you.
Dr. Das Gupta has the experience, the temperament, and the commitment. I propose him without reservation, and I urge you all to support him.
Thank you, councillor. So we have a nomination for Councillor Rohit Dasgupta. Is that seconded? Councillor Tilbury?
Thank you, Chair. Ren Tilbury, Maryland Ward. Councillor Dasgupta has served well as Chair of Council for the past year. He is an able Chair, an experienced councillor, and did this borough honour as first citizen. I agree with his message that he spoke of earlier today, that whatever our political colour, our first priority is always to our residents. His experience, alongside our new Chair, Councillor Higgins, will serve with unity and collaboration that should define the working style of this new council. I am proud to second Councillor Dasgupta as Vice Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Tilbury. Are there any further nominations for Vice Chair? Councillor Mirza? You have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair, and congratulations. Councillors, member of the public, and the people who's watching online. This is a historic movement in the history of London Borough of Newham, in two senses. Firstly, the Labour Party has been rejected by the votes, by the residents, given a clear mandate to the opposition. Two opposition parties have the largest share of votes in these elections. And it's also historic for those people who voted for the parties who stand with Gaza. They can see today who is standing in hand with the party who's been complacent about the genocide. Chair, the people will judge. The last minute dodgy deals. Last night, this chamber is being sold. The mandate of the residents is being sold. I wanted to proudly nominate my councillor colleague, Sahira Begum, from East Ham Ward, who's been living here in London Borough of Newham since her childhood. She went to university, she went to college here, and she's an inspiring solicitor. I'm asking the councillor across the board, don't just vote for the deal, vote for the right choice. You have seen the other chair, vice chair has been nominated, how it's been treated, how we've been treated in the council before. If you wanted to have a status quo, I thought Green Party going to stand for the change. It's clear they are standing for the status quo. I'm asking councillor across the chamber, please vote for someone who stands principle, stands with human rights, not with the genocide party. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. So we have a second nomination for Councillor Begum Sahara. Is that seconded? Councillor Sophia Naqvi, you've got up to 3 minutes if you'd like to.
Deputy Leader for Newham Independence. A lot has been said today about parties and elections, but I want to add one thing. We often hear people talk about principles, unity, and genuinely working with others. We hear the mayor speak about bringing people together and serving the community. These are important values, but leadership is not only about words, it is about actions. Our community notices when actions do not always reflect what is said, and that can be disappointing. It gives me a great pleasure to propose Begum Sahara for this position of Vice Chair. When she first stood, So when she first stood, there were doubts and comments made about her. She proved people wrong. Through hard work, commitment, and determination, she has earned the respect of many in our community. Today, we have an opportunity to make history by electing a woman into leadership. Representation matters, diverse voices matter, and strong leadership that listens and brings people together matters. Begum Sahara has shown she is committed, hardworking, and ready to serve. I believe she will be an excellent Vice Chair who represents everyone fairly and works in the best interests of our community. I ask everyone here to support Begum Sahara for Vice Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Are there any further nominations for Vice Chair? Councillor Keeling? Is it related to the election of Vice Chair, or can it wait? I think it can wait until after the election of Vice Chair, and if you still feel the need to raise it, you can do that then. Are there any further nominations for Vice Chair of Council? Okay. I will now move to the vote for the Vice Chair of Council. Can all those in favour of Councillor Rohit Dasgupta please raise their hands? Sorry, if you can keep them up just while the Chief Executive is counting. Thank you. Thank you. You can lower your hands now. Can all those against Councillor Rohit Dasgupta please raise their hands? Thank you, councillors. And are there any abstentions? That's 0 abstentions.
That was carried 40-23. Carried 40-23.
Thank you, council. That's 40 votes in favour of Councillor Rohit Dasgupta and 23 against. I'm now going to call the votes in favour of Councillor Begum Sahara for Vice Chair of Council. Please raise your hands. If you are in favour of Councillor Begum Sahara for Vice Chair.
That's 23 then.
23. Thank you, councillors. And all those against, please raise your hands. Thank you, councillors. You can lower your hands now, thank you. And are there any abstentions? Thank you, councillors. So that was 23 in favour and 40 against, with 0 abstentions. So I can hereby declare that Councillor Rohit Dasgupta is elected Vice Chair of Council of the London Borough of Newham for the 26-27 municipal year. Can I ask Councillor to come up to the lectern to read and sign the acceptance of office?
I, Councillor Rohit K. Dasgupta, having been elected to the office of Vice Chair of Council, thereby declare that I take the said office upon myself and will duly and faithfully fulfill the duties according to the best of my judgment and ability. Thank you.
Councillor, would you like to, sorry, Vice Chair, would you like to say any words? Yes. Can Councillor Imam Haq please hand over the chains?
As an outgoing Deputy Chair, I would like to thank a few people. Thank you to outgoing Chair of the Council and newly elected Deputy Chair of the Council, CEO, Chief Executive, Democratic Officer, and Head of Democratic Services. Thank you so much. I would like to especially mention Akhtar and Pauline for your help throughout my tenure as Deputy Chair of the Council. Thank you so much for your support, and I would like to thank the opposition leaders as well who were there last year supporting me throughout my tenure. So thank you so much. And Rohit, many congratulations.
Thank you. And just before we move on to the next item, I'd also like to take a moment to thank the Vice Chair of Council for his service as Chair over the last year. It's been truly exemplary, the way that he's transformed the business of this council, and I could only hope to follow in those shoes. And I'm very thankful that he'll be here alongside me to support me and tell me when I'm getting it wrong. So thank you, and I'm looking forward to working together. So I'm now moving on to item 3, apologies for absence. I have apologies from Councillor John Morris and Councillor Aderonki Benson. Are there any other apologies? Councillor? So that's Councillor Cannon and Easter. Sorry.
Councillor Zakir Hussain.
Thank you. So that's Councillor Hussain. Are there any other apologies? Thank you, Council. Is that noted? So I'm now moving on to item 4, declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest? No. This is much faster. Council, I'm now moving on to item 5, minutes of the last meeting, which was held on the 23rd of March 2026. It's outlined on pages 9 to 26 of the agenda. I'm moving that as chair. Do I have a seconder, please? Councillor Danny Keelan to second. All those in favour, please raise your hand. Thank you, Council. All those against, please raise your hands. And any abstentions? Do we need to count the abstentions? I think there were more than 2, some over here as well. If you're abstaining, could you please raise your hand more clearly? Okay, so, okay, can we count, please?
We got that. That's 23.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
There's some over here as well.
Were there?
Yeah. The minutes are agreed. Okay. Thank you, Council. The minutes are agreed. We are now moving on to item 6, announcements by the Chair. I think we've done that bit, so we're going to move on to item 7, the Mayor's speech. I'd like to invite Mayor Forhad Hussain to address the Council. You have up to 10 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair, and congratulations. It is the honour of my life to be elected Mayor of Newham, the borough that made me. Tonight is a very proud moment for me and my family, but it's also an important moment for the borough. A chance for a fresh start, built on trust, respect, and a willingness to work together. Newham is my home. It's where I grew up. It's where I went to school, where I made lifelong friends, and where my wife and I are now raising our young daughters. I didn't just grow up here. I was shaped by this borough and by the people in it. Like many families in Newham, we didn't always have things easy. I grew up next to the Chad Green estate, watching my parents working long hours and make sacrifices so their children could have better opportunities in life. Those experiences stay with you. They shape how you see the world and how you treat people. I know what it means when money is tight. I understand the pressure many Newham families are under, and I know what it feels like to be ignored and left behind. That's why this responsibility means so much to me. Because Newham is not just where I come from, it's part of who I am. This borough has been built on a hard work, resilience, and community spirit. People here look out for one another. We support each other through good times and bad, and together we keep moving forward. That's the Newham I know, and that's the Newham I want us to continue building together. Tonight, I proudly stand here alongside 66 newly elected councillors. Firstly, I want to thank all our outgoing and former councillors for their years of service and dedication. You have shaped our borough. And I want to wish a sincere congratulations to all the elected councillors standing beside me tonight. I look forward to working with all of you, delivering for the people of this great borough. I want to thank everyone who stood in this election, whatever their party, whatever their politics. Every single person who puts themselves forward alongside their family and friends made sacrifices. It's easy to forget the pressures election campaigns bring, not just for us, but for those closest to us. They live them too, and they deserve our thanks and our respect. Without their support, none of us will be here today. Despite the struggle, all the councillors in this room and many in the audience took the risk and put ourselves forward and placed our futures in the hands of the electorate. Because standing for elections matters. Public service matters. And I believe that anyone willing to step forward and serve their community with integrity deserves respect. Democracy matters, and we should never take it granted. The voters are never wrong. Whatever motivated people to vote, whether it was hope, frustration, disappointment, or simply the desire for change, we respect their decision and we thank them for taking part in our democracy. Now, as Mayor, I will work for all of Newham. I will work with anyone who wants to improve the lives of people we serve. We may not always agree, and that is healthy in a democracy, but we must always speak to each other with respect and decency. The people of Newham expect that from us, and rightly so. During this campaign, residents were clear about what they want from their council. They want cleaner and safer streets. They want action on fly tipping. They want fairer parking rules that support residents and local businesses. They want decent housing and stronger action against rogue landlords. They want properly funded local services. And above all, they want a council that listens, responds, and gets things done. I heard those messages loud and clear. Now the hard work begins. We want to put power back where it belongs with the people of Newham. People are tired of feeling decisions are made without them. They want to be listened to, involved, and respected. So we will give communities their say over local decisions. We will give local families the respect, the tools, and the power to make a difference on their doorstep. Because local people know their neighbourhoods best. For too long, power has been centralised in Newham. That stops now. Instead, we're going to inspire and support community activism, bring local people together, and empower them to make positive changes in their neighbourhoods. Whether it's youth projects, coffee mornings, neighbourhood cleanups, or weekend homework clubs, the people of Newham know best, and we're ready to bring their vision to life. We will also do more to support local businesses and create local jobs. Too often, money leaves this borough when it could be helping local businesses grow and creating opportunities for local people. We want to increase investment right here in Newham, supporting local talent, strengthening our local economy, and creating opportunities for all. We will improve the way council services work. For too long, too many residents have struggled to get the help they need. That is not good enough. People should be able to contact their council easily, get a clear response, and know what their issue will be dealt with quickly and compassionately. People also deserve services that work together and put residents first. That means joined up working between the council, the NHS, schools and the police, with a focus on solving problems early before they grow and spread. Everything I am, I owe to this borough and its people. Newham gave my family opportunities. It has given me hope, and it has given me a future. Now, it's my turn to give something back. To serve this borough with humility, to work hard every single day, to listen carefully, to deliver on our promises, and to earn the trust of the people of Newham every single day. This is the beginning of a new chapter for our borough. And together, I believe we can build a stronger, fairer, and a more united Newham for everyone who calls our borough home. Let's do this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm now moving on to item 7A, which is the composition of Cabinet. I invite Mayor Farhad Hussain to address the Council. You have up to 5 minutes.
So I'm delighted to announce my new Cabinet. And it's just the starting point, so watch this space. So, I'm looking forward to working with colleagues with me to fulfil the commitments of our Labour manifesto. So it's Councillor John Gray, Statutory Deputy Mayor and Cabinet Member for Housing. I've known John for a long time. When we became councillors in 2010, was known as the new kids on the block, but now we're the old kids on the block. Next, we've got Councillor Zulfikar Ali, Cabinet Member for Finance and Resources. A very experienced councillor from Plaistow. We've known each other for a long time, and I'm looking forward to working with you. Councillor Susan Masters, Cabinet Member for Adults, Health and Environment. Susan, you're so passionate and determined, especially when it comes to adult social care and health. I'm looking forward to working with you too. And of course, Councillor Lekmini Shah, Cabinet Member for Children, Education and Communities. We rolled out the community neighbourhoods back in 2014, and I'm looking forward to working with you and everyone to do that at a local level. Watch this space, that Cabinet will grow. I'm going to be making new announcements in the upcoming months. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and congratulations to the councillors who have joined the Cabinet. I'm now moving on to item 8, announcements by the Interim Chief Executive. So I invite Paul Martin, the Interim Chief Executive, to make any announcements.
Well, thank you, Chair. I would like, on behalf of the officers of the Council, to congratulate our newly elected Mayor, Farhad Hussain, and also all 66 councillors who were elected on the 8th of May. I want to say to all of you, Mayor and councillors, that the officers will do our utmost to serve you over the next 4 years, and the residents of Newham, and in particular, we will work hard to make the changes and the improvements that you've been elected to achieve. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. I am now moving on to item 9, which is the calendar of meetings for this municipal year. I'll move this in a minute, but just for our new councillors, this is the timetable for all of the meetings across all of our committees for the next year. So once we agree this, start getting these in your calendar, because it's going to run our lives for the next year. We'll go through this shortly, but this report has 3 options. So when I move to voting on this, we'll vote on each option in turn, and I'll explain what those options are. So I move the calendar of meetings for the. I'm moving this. I'll come to you in a moment. I'm moving the calendar of meetings for the 2026-2027 municipal year, which is outlined on page 3 of the supplementary agenda, as well as the dates of the meetings for the rest of this year. There is a change proposed to the schedule for annual council. So option 1, which is the recommendation, is that the themed meetings, which make up 2 of our 8 full council meetings, are removed so that we have 6 meetings of annual council this year. Option 2 is that we don't change anything, so we have 8 meetings, 2 of which are themed. And option 3 is that we keep 8 meetings, but none of them are themed. Do I have a seconder for this report? Councillor Joe Hudson-Small. Councillor, would you like to speak in seconding the report? Okay. Sorry, there was a point here. What was the point, Councillor? Yes, we're going to move to the debate now, so all councillors who would like to speak. So can I just see how many people would like to speak on this item? So we've got 2 here, 3 here. Are any other members from other groups would like to speak? No? Okay. Councillor Rahman, we've for up to 3 minutes. Would you like to speak on this? And if you could also indicate which option you're supporting while doing so. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Chair. Congratulations to you and Mayor Hussain for your election. You have very high expectations, Mr. Mayor. You must not fail the trust people have placed on you. Council meetings is where residents are able to come and participate, bring petition, deputation, and express their voice. Rather than increasing the meeting, I am disappointed that recommendation is to reduce the council meeting. I am sure you are not afraid to be held accountable for your actions and the decisions that you take. Therefore, I am surprised that option 1 is there as a proposal. I would support and I would urge colleagues right across the political parties to support option 3. We are the elected members of this council. People have placed their faith and trust in us to represent their voice. I am not here to be a puppet to anybody, nor do I take orders from anyone. I do what my residents tells me to do. I am accountable to them and only to them. And this is why I will fight every single day for the residents, on behalf of them, making sure, Mr. Mayor, I hold you accountable for the commitment you have given to the residents to deliver. And I would strongly advise you, including yourselves and your colleagues, to vote for option 3. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mirza, would you like to speak? Oh, we've got a list of Councillor Safian Naqvi. Would you like to speak? You have up to 3 minutes.
I strongly support option 3, having 8 council meetings. I do not agree with reducing them. Council meetings are important because they are where decisions are discussed openly, questions are asked, and residents' voices are represented. As councillors, we are elected to speak for our communities. That responsibility cannot be taken lightly. The importance of regular meetings is about fairness, transparency, and accountability. Residents expect us to raise their concerns, challenge decisions where necessary, and ensure all voices are heard. If we reduce the number of meetings, we will reduce the opportunities for councillors to represent the people who elected them. Every ward faces different issues, from housing and community safety to local issues and resident concerns. More meetings mean more opportunities to discuss these matters properly and make informed decisions that benefit everyone. Reducing may save time, but democracy requires engagement. Good governance comes from open discussion and proper scrutiny. We should be strengthening representation, not limiting it. For these reasons, I believe it is important that we maintain and, where possible, increase the matter of council meeting rather than decrease them. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Lafferty, you have up to 3 minutes.
Hello, Councillor Lafferty, Member for Custom House. I'm really pleased to say that we're all in agreement for once, and we're all going to be voting for option 3, at least in our Labour group. We also don't want this time to see a reduction in themed meetings in all of the meetings, but we will vote to go against the themed meetings and give more time to the rest of us for other business. So we can all agree on this one, guys. Isn't that nice?
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Keeling, you have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. That's a weird one. I just want to say that, of course, we will all be supporting option 3. I think we're under new administration and we can get rid of thematic councils for once. Let's actually get the job done here and ensure that we are looking out for Newham residents day by day. And that's why the Green Group will be supporting option 3.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Saeed Naqvi. You have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Congratulations to you on your election, and also congratulations to Mayor as well. What I would say, once again, this platform here, I am speaking not only to the Chair of the Council, but rather the people of Newham. You are paying for us. I said this on the doorstep, and I'm saying it here. Every single officer sitting right on the stage is being paid by you, by me, and by us, and the people sitting at the background. It is such a shame that we are just again given only 3 options. I propose publicly that there should be 12 meetings. There should be a meeting every single month. We should be serving the residents of Newham every single month. I do understand that it is not on the agenda, but here we are. Once again, I thought that Labour is going to learn from their lessons, but they didn't, and they won't. Let me speak, please.
Can we allow the councillor to speak, please?
If you have a chair of your party, it doesn't give you right to interrupt me at all. Thank you. So my request to you is, fine, because we
I've just given the three options. So we are going for the largest meetings option, which is bare minimum 8. I wish it was more than 8. And the one more thing, I think this needs to be said on the record. People who are trying to offer the deal here and there, they want to restrict these meetings to 4. And why officers have also recommended for 4 meetings. Are you getting paid here just to get 4 meetings for us, for our residents? No. Everybody here is a public servant, including ourselves. You are there employed, and I am here as an elected one. So therefore, I don't understand, and we don't see that, why this should be happening here. So please let us make you clear. While the option with the new, partners here, the Green, opposition one, never respected the mandate for the people of Newham, and the Labour, they never got one. So therefore, reluctantly, because we don't have no option, I support on behalf of New Independence Party the bare minimum there should be 8 meetings. That's the only choice we have. Or on behalf of public, because you are the one, you
Councillor,
have given us
you
the
have
mandate.
30
so I am
seconds left.
requesting, let me finish please, I have 30 seconds, yeah? So I request there should be 12 meetings, and without any option, we have to support 3. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Are there any other members wishing to speak on this? Okay, as I move the report, in my right of reply, I'll say that I'm also supporting option 3. There will be an opportunity for all members who wish to be involved in deciding any changes that we make to our constitution after this election to do so through the Audit and Governance Committee. I'm sure it's going to be a party, so please do join us in considering these matters. But for today's meeting, we have these 3 options on the table. The way that this is going to work is we are going to vote for, against, and have abstentions on each of the 3 options. So we'll do that for option 1, which is to reduce the number of meetings from 8 to 6 by abolishing the themed meetings. Option 2, which is to change nothing, to have 8, including 2 themed meetings. And option 3, which is to have 8 meetings with no themed meetings. So can all those in favour of option 1 please raise your hand? All those against option 1, please raise your hands. Thank you, councillors. Are there any abstentions? So that's no abstentions. For option 2, which is to change nothing, to keep the theme meetings, can all those in favour please raise their hands? That's 0. Can all those against please raise their hands? Thank you, councillors. And are there any abstentions? So that's 0. So option 2 falls. Can all those in favour of option 3, which is to have 8 meetings with 0 themed, raise their hands? Thank you. All those against? That's 0. Are there any abstentions? That's 0. So option 3 has carried. Thank you, council. I'm now moving on to item 10, which is appointments to outside bodies. The report is outlined on page 27 of the supplementary agenda. I move the appointment to outside bodies report. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Lafferty to second. Would you like to speak? So that's formally seconded. We now move to the debate. Does anyone wish to speak on the appointment to outside bodies report? Nobody has spoken, so I will waive my right to reply. Therefore, thank you. The report is for noting, so we're not voting on that. So that's noted. Item 11, composition of political groups. I'm now moving to item 11, composition of political groups. The report is for noting and is outlined on the supplementary agenda. And as chair, I move this report. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Lafferty to second. Would you like to speak on this? That's formally seconded. We now move to the debate. Does any member wish to speak on this report? No. So as there's been no speeches, I'll waive my right to reply, and that report was for noting. So thank you, council. Item 12, review of allocations of seats on committees, appointments and other related matters. This report details the nominations for the Council's various committees and boards and is outlined on the supplementary agenda. As Chair, I move the review of the allocation of seats on committees, appointments and other related matters report. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Heather Lafferty, to second. Would you like to speak? So that's formally seconded. We now move to the debate. Does any member wish to speak? Can I see all hands of people who want to speak? So we've got Councillor Mirza.
Councillor Young.
Councillor Dasgupta, point of order. Please, could you use a microphone? Sorry, Councillor.
The papers that have been just circulated, it's missing a lot of pages. I don't know if that's just me. All the even pages. It's not there.
I actually don't have whatever you guys have just been circulated, so sorry, Councillor, if you could just give us a few moments. Thank you. It's on their copy. It's not. So, 3, 5, 6. Yeah. Council, Democratic Services officers are now handing out corrected copies, I believe. Thank you very much, officers, for this. If you just bear with us. It is also online as a supplementary agenda, so you can see it on your devices as well. While that's happening, could I please just go back to who would like to speak? I've got Councillor Mirza would like to speak, Councillor Young. Does it have the same? Is okay.
I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm not. Maybe.
Council, I'm going to have to call a short adjournment while we sort this out, so people feel comfortable with what they're voting on. Sorry, Councillor Mirza. Councillor Mirza, I'm adjourning the meeting so that we can take the time to correct this, because I really want to make sure everybody knows what they're voting on. So that's going to happen now, and we'll be back very shortly. Please try not to leave the room so that we can get started as soon as possible. Thank you, Council. Council, in just 1 minute. Thank you. As a reminder, we're on item 12, the review of allocation of seats on committees, appointments, and other related matters. I believe that the report has been moved, but I'm going to invite the Chief Executive to update us on where we're at with this report.
Well, thank you, Chair. And just to summarise, I think where the point that we've got to on this, the report at item 12 describes committee membership for each political group and indicates the names of chairs in many cases. Now, in discussion with the Newham Independent Group, the position that we've reached is that in relation to the Newham Independent Group, the names that are listed in the schedule are provisional and will be reviewed by Councillor Mirza and his colleagues in the group. They will have up to 3 weeks to determine whether they want those names to go forward or if they want those names changed, including the chairs. We will correct the committee paper that is online accordingly to show those places as being Newham Independent places, but without any individual names against them, including the chair of the Statutory Overview and Scrutiny Committee, which in the version that you have currently says vacant. That will be chaired, assuming that the Newham Independents wish to take it up by a member of the Newham Independents. So with that revision and correction, that's how the paper stands now, Chair. And I don't know whether Councillor Mirza or any other members want to add to what I've said.
Thank you, Paul. And thank you, everyone, for bearing with that adjournment. It was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be, but thank you all for bearing with us. Where I was at was that we had moved to the debate on this report. Yes, I've got Councillor Mirza as the first to speak. I was in the middle of collecting other names of people who would like to speak. I've got Councillor Mirza, I've got Councillor Young. Could you raise your hand to indicate if you'd like to speak on this report? Yes, okay, so okay, that's fine. Well, in that case, Councillor Mirza, you have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Councillor Mirza from Bullen Ward. Chair, Labour Party haven't learned nothing from the election results. Same old backroom deals with the Green Party while trying to undermine the largest opposition group representing thousands of residents across the Newham. Last night, negotiations in a dark room, horse trading until the very last minute. When Labour Party failed to secure the number they needed, they started approaching our members, contacting people, their workplaces, applying pressure, emotional blackmailing, and playing communal politics. This is exactly the type of politics residents voted against. Instead of focusing residents, Labour are busy offering committee position and chairmanship to protect their control of the council. Important committees should serve the public interest, not political survivals. And now we have just noticed the Green Party even using the same slogan, get things done. Residents can judge for themselves how close this relationship really becoming. The people of the Newham voted to change, transparency and accountability, not secret deals behind closed doors. The choice is becoming clearer every day. Chair, thank you for your advice. I will go back to my group and speak to them whether we're going to accept the deal between the Green and the Labour Party have done, given the Strategic Development Committee, which is a very important committee, back to the Labour Party, securing the chair of the council and giving the vice chair of the council to the Labour Party. And I will get back to the monitoring officer and yourself within 3 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. I have Councillor Deputy Mayor John Gray. Is there any other member wishing to speak? Vice Chair, Councillor Dasgupta. Anybody else? Okay, Councillor Gray.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Councillor John Gray, West Ham Ward, and Statutory Deputy Mayor. I must admit, I'm really disappointed at Councillor Mirza's comments. The Mayor put the hand of friendship out to the independent groups and to the Greens. However, the facts of the matter is that the independent group did not wish to work with the Mayor for the betterment of Newham and our residents. It is a fact.
Council. Can we let the councillor speak, please?
It is a fact. It is a fact that the independent group have been offered chair of overview and scrutiny, which is the most powerful post outside the executive in the council. So again, I'm really surprised why they don't want to take up the most powerful position outside the executive, but it's their choice. If they don't want to work for the people of Newham and just work for themselves, then they must carry on as always. But we are disappointed and we hope they will change their mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Dasgupta, you have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to respond to what Councillor Mirza said, and I was just having a look at the proportion of seats and also the chairs. And actually, I mean, I'm not quite sure what deal that Councillor Mirza is talking about. When I look at the number of chairs that have been given to the Newham independent groups, when I look at the number of chairs that have been given to the Green group, and when I look at the number of chairs that have been given to the Labour group, actually the Labour group has got the least number. And the Labour group, if you look at the percentage, has got 40% of the votes. So I'm unsure where there is a problem over here. I do understand that this is a chamber that people love to grandstand because they can use those little clips on their videos, but that is not what the people of Newham want. They want work to be done here.
Thank you, Councillor. I've got Councillor Ollie Rahman. You have up to 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chair. Councillor Gray, meant to be a trade unionist, or so-called trade unionist, but he wouldn't dare call genocide committed by Israeli government against Palestinians. Let me say this. I said earlier, Mayor Hussein the people of Newham have high expectation of him, for him to deliver. When he does good, we will support him. When he does bad, we will be there to hold him accountable on behalf of the residents. The deal Councillor Mirza talking about, because there has been negotiation being taking place. And it's normal when there is no overall control in the council. However, what we must not forget, and I remind all my colleagues respectfully, the residents of Newham have not given a single party a mandate to run the council the way they choose to do so. However, they have elected a mayor from a party with the executive powers which he will discharge accordingly. And therefore, when negotiation was taking place at the 11th hour, when a party who was negotiating with, without any due respect to the negotiation and the agreement that they have provided in writing, that they went back on because it was serving their interest. And all I will say, Chair, we are not here for the position, we are not here for the name or fame, we are here to do the work for the communities, and if we're going to do deals, we have to do deals what benefits the local communities and residents, not ourselves. So just be mindful of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councillor. I've got Councillor Keeling. Is there anyone else who would like to speak, or can we make this the final one? Because I'm sure we've all got other places to be. Okay, Councillor Keeling, you've got up to 3 minutes.
I think Mahmoud Mirza's group need to realise who won the election. It was that mayor there, not you. And the fact is, democracy plays its point, and proportionality has been dealt. Yes, we are punishing Labour by marking their homework instead, and we are sharing pensions. But the fact is, we did the deal for the people of Newham, not you.
Thank you, Councillor. As I move the report, I'll take a brief right of reply. I think it's important to recognise that this report is really historic for Newham. It's the first time that the committees in Newham are going to be allocated in a way that genuinely shares power, and that puts a lot of responsibility on all of us to think about how we use those positions for the better of the people of Newham. There's been a lot of words said tonight, and I'm not going to respond to all of them, but I think anyone who knows me and the work that I do knows that I'm not here for a position. I'm here because I genuinely care. Nobody could pretend to care about the Constitution for as long as I have, and I'm pretty sure that that's clear to most people here. And with that, I'll now move to the... oh, actually, there was one further point. The Chief Executive has made the point that the Newham Independents will have up to 3 weeks to make changes to their nominations. That applies to every group. So I noticed that there is a vacant nomination for the Green Party on overview and scrutiny. So the Green Party will have 3 weeks to make that nomination clear to the monitoring officer as well. And if any other changes need to be made, that time is there for all groups. So I'll now move to a vote on the review of allocations of seats on committees. Can all those in favour of the report please raise their hands? Thank you. If you could keep them up while they're being counted, please.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Fine,
Okay. Thank you, councillors. Can all those, you can lower your hands now, thank you. Can all those who are voting against, you can lower hands now. Thank you, councillor. Can all those who are voting against the report please raise their hands? So that's 0. Are there any abstentions, council? So that's 0. So the report has carried. We are now moving on to item 13, the annual scrutiny report, which is outlined on page 41 of the supplementary agenda. This is the annual report of the Overview and Scrutiny Committee. The then chair of the committee is no longer a councillor, so I will move the annual report formally. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Lafferty to second. Are you intending to speak, councillor? That's formally seconded. Would any councillor like to speak on this item? No. Therefore, this is not for voting, this is just for noting. So that is noted. and I will move to the close of the meeting. Thank you everyone for attending. It's been an interesting evening and interesting few days leading up to it. And I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the evening, and if you're traveling home, I hope you get home safely. Please do look. Yes, yes, thank you, Janie. I hope everyone gets home safely. Councillors, before you leave this evening, please make sure you've signed the attendance register. Can members and guests please remain seated so the public who are observing the meeting can leave? Invited guests, please be reminded there'll be a post-meeting reception taking place in the old courtroom, ground floor, until 10 p.m. That's not very long now, is it? And with that reminder, members and guests, please remain seated, but I declare the meeting closed. Thank you.